Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome back to Lee's Slot Cars. Right, I'm not going to call this new layout update number, whatever it is, 3, because it just gets a bit monotonous, doesn't it? I think for the sake of the new layout, I think we can safely say it is complete. And when I say complete, I mean it runs really well. It's challenging, which is important as a Billy No Mates in the shed. You need a track that's a bit challenging. It's different if you're racing against people, because the fun then is in the racing and the competitive side, whereas me, the only person I'm competing with is myself. So I need it to be quite challenging, which it is, because it's got 3 hairpin bends in it. But it's great, I love it. I've spent a lot of time this morning actually just running cars, picking up a car, running it, putting it back, grabbing another car. So it's really good. So this video really is just about how we move on to the next stage. I have a functional layout that works, that I'm happy with. And now it's about just tidying it up, using some of the old bits that I had lying about, even if it's just as a temporary fix, just to basically get them off the shed floor and fill the empty spaces, but they will probably get rebuilt as time goes on. So enough of me waffling. Let's have a look at what I'm done. Right, let's have a look at what I've been up to and what I've done since part 2. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Well, first of all, I've painted this. So I put that in place last time and I've given it a coat of black, and I think it ties it all up nicely. And I've had to raise this section slightly by about 5mm, but I've raised it up, painted that, and I've just put a strip of paint across the side of the track so it all blends in quite nicely. Put some advertising decals around there, so this bit looks pretty good. And I haven't filmed a lot of this because it's quite boring, to be honest, watching me paint something, or you know what I'm saying. So I haven't filmed a lot of it. The bit that's taken the most time is getting this section, where am I here? This section done, because I've put a piece of foam board running all the way along there. 2 reasons. Gives it more stability, nice and stable. Secondly, I've stuck the LED strip light that goes from here. The box is tucked away in there. And there's the remote control sensor, which I will tidy up a bit there. And this comes off, so I need to get to it. I can do that. So the light runs all the way along here. Oh, well, let me show you. Let me switch it on and show you. Oh God, this is when it doesn't work and I feel right numpty. Yeah, there you go. So that section is lit up with the LED strip light, which is sitting on the back there. And also I've just slotted these in. These are a couple of bits that I made for the previous build. It's quite hard to get in, but you see then that the light from the back shines through in it, and also in that little coffee bar there, so it doesn't really show up. I need to bring the camera down here, but I'll do that at a later date. This is just to show you that actually it works. This is wired up. I think I kind of forget what I've done. Is it wired up? Some things are wired up. Oh yeah, okay. So that's wired up in there. The phone box, I need to wire that up, but that fits in nicely just there. So I think I'll keep that there. And like I said before, some of the old things that I built previously, I'm going to utilise. I've got 2 nice spaces there to use, which will probably form, probably 4 buildings. But they're going to be separate pieces that I put together and slide in. It won't have a roof, so the light will automatically be there. So that's the plan. And things that I've done, I might keep, I might not keep over time. There's a lot of space under here to develop and do. AD nil, the red line is still there, just needs wiring up. That's a project for a later day. It's going to be a garage there, big garage there. I'm not going to use this for the time being, but I'm going to build one that sort of mirrors the shape that we've got there. But I don't want it to be too high because of visibility, etc, etc, etc. And in time, this section here is going to have a major build here. It's going to have a building that comes up to about there. So it's high at the front, low at the back. Haven't quite worked out what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it. But this will be a big build and take a lot of time, so it might even be split over 2 videos. Who knows? I'm making all this up as I go along, as I always do. The next bit I've got to do is just to fit a piece around here, foam board in here. This is a bulb that I had previously, but for the time being I'll just poke it through the foam board because I might use it somewhere else at a later date. But this is the next bit I'm going to do. I might even place a piece on the top going across here. Haven't quite decided yet, but anyway, to be continued. Now what I've decided to do is to utilise some of the old things that I built to put in here. Not saying that they will stay there forever, because I do like doing new builds, but for the time being I've got them, I've got the space, why not use them? The first one is obviously the slot cars merchandise, but I've taken the roof off. That's going to fit under there, and it should fit. It's tight, but it should fit. And the bar that was on the previous layout is going to go in there. Now I've had to sort of cut them down a bit and tweak things, and I'm a lot of messing about, and it's quite fiddly. I might take this off actually. Yeah, I'll take these 2 bits of track off so I can get in there. So what I'm going to do today, on top of finishing off some of these barriers, and I'll popped another one in there, but I've got to cut this out, the curve, so it fits in there, but that's another job, one of many. So the first thing I'm going to do is take these track pieces off, get the bar put in place. When I've done that, I'm going to have a go at putting this in place. So there's going to be a lot of swearing, so I'm going to do it off camera. So right, let's see how we get on. Well, that's the bar back in place, and I think that looks quite effective. It was a bit fiddly, to say the least, but it helps taking that track piece off. So sorry, I'm wobbling all over the place. So that bit's done for now. The next bit is to try and get the merchandise shop in there. This could be even trickier. More swearing to come. Right, well that took a bit of effort and a bit of cutting and a bit of general abuse, but it's in, and yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So I've got the merchandise store there, the bar. The only thing that's missing from there is like the flashing disco light, but I'm not worried about that, to be honest. So yeah, they're in place. So let's get that track piece put on, and I can do some laps. Now, given all this area a coat of black paint, and that really ties in that section quite nicely, I think. I'm a bit worried that this is looking too good with these things here, and the fact that having all this in place means less building for the future. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I think it probably looks better in white or blue, green, red. Oh no, that looks a bit like a brothel, and I'll do that. Let's keep it white. Yeah, so this back section is really starting to take shape. I'm liking it. Next thing to do on a different project or on another project is to continue with this section here. We've obviously got the precinct there, which is all lit up. And then what let's see how this works. Got that section there, like that, and then we've got the club. Ignore that, I've just plonked that in there for the time being. And then, you can't really see that from there. There you go, merchandise shop. and the 2 coffee outlets. So pretty good. And then something else can go in there at some point, but I'm just going to do a bit more tidying up of some of these areas. God, it's really dark today, weather's awful. And I've got the floodlights to refit because I had to take them all out. So I've got 2 big magnetic racing floodlights to put in. The ones that Kyle gave me from Kyle Speed. And I've got some of the smaller floodlights to fit, which is those. I've got a couple of those that I've taken out that I need to fit those as well, but I don't know if I've got the will to do that today. So I might leave that for another video, but for the time being I'm just going to plod on doing a few little touching up bits, and then we'll run some cars around this track. Now the final bit I'm going to do today is going to be just a little bit of an enhancement to this bridge support. Obviously I've got the supports there, which are basically the Clingfield rolls painted, but it's just lagging a little bit or sagging a bit there. So what I'm going to do is spray up another tube. I've got one more left, and cut it to size and pop it there somewhere, and then that's going to go, so you'll have the post there. On top you're going to have a little bit of foam board going under there and going underneath one of these here. Might do it coming across at a slight angle. It's going to be sort of temporary, because I think I'll do it once I build a pit lane in here. I might incorporate something a bit more permanent then, but that's way off in the future. So for now I'm just going to cut a piece of this tube, hot glue it in place, and then put a bit of foam board across, and then I'll probably paint it and maybe put some sides on it so it looks like a something, I don't know, spectator area, I don't know. So I'm going to crack on with that now, and there we have it. Now it is a temporary structure, granted, but I still want to make it look a little bit pretty. So we got the none of this is stuck down because it's, like I say, it's temporary. There was a wire there from a light, so I've used that just to pop a little light underneath it. And it's, if nothing else, it's just another viewing platform. I need to touch up the paint at the back there, but it looks okay, and it gives the bridge just a little bit of extra support, which is cool. I'm having a slight problem with this LED light strip. I've had to pull all this out. I need to check the connections, but it's really fiddly to get to. So I'm going to have to take the track off to get to it to make sure it's all connected properly, because it's a little bit, well, it's working now, but it's intermittent, shall we say. The light keeps fading and then changing colour. Maybe it's time to replace it. I've had it a long time. So I think we're gonna pretty much call it a day for now, but a lot has been achieved. The doghouse, the light in there is working now. All this section here is lit up. There you go, it's gone off right on cue. So yeah, I need to sort that out. That bit's lit under there. The old shopping precinct. We've got a light under here. We've got lights just here. We've got floodlights over there that work, but we're in the wrong position. So we're getting there. And then, as from before, we've got the F1 bar, and that's as it was before. And then, how could we forget Honest John's used slot car sales? So all in all, I've actually done such a lot since I decided to change this, but I really like it. I love it. It's going to be great. It's the most important thing is that in terms of racing a car around the track, it is so much better than the previous one, and I like the previous one, so I think that says it all. So for the purpose of this update, I'm going to call it complete. Hope you liked it. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, click like, blah blah blah, and all the rest of it. And until next time, You all take care, my friends. Bye-bye.